Yes, sir. True indeed. Nobody planned this. Animal Cross. Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Scrampunks episode 71. Yes, we have a few things to talk about. Johnny, the power slave. I know it's 906, brother, but we're here. Thank you for being patient. Rain G4, the real Cutleo. What's up, y'all? Thanks for joining us. And we have a lot of interesting things to talk about today. We had some news this week. I'm anxious to talk about it, but also, how's the panel doing? MM2K, how you doing, my brother?
Woo, man, I'm going through a marathon of stuff. I'm not only the Stadia ambassador, apparently, but I'm their one and only customer service. Everybody asking me how they sign up for the Stadia free. It's overwhelming. But, big news coming down the pike, just some stuff we were talking about behind the scenes for everybody. This is like Royal Rumble, y'all. This is like Fight Club. And it's great to see because this is good for gamers. So I'm excited to talk about all this stuff.
Oh, yeah. I love it, man. I love it when there's a lot of gaming news. It doesn't just have to be Xbox. I love some PlayStation news. Well, Nintendo, I don't give a fuck. But Stadia, I don't give a fuck either. But Xbox or PlayStation news, I am hyped for it, and I am anxious to talk about it. Speaking of Nintendo, Snowbunny.
Whoop his ass! Whoop his ass!
What's going on, Snowbunny?
Nothing much going on with me. Nothing much going on with me. Just been playing my Animal Crossing. Waiting to see when I go back to work, things like that. I have my crazy and I've put into this game. I'm over 200 now. But nothing much going on with me.
You know what? I have a whole bunch of money in my Nintendo wallet from somebody when they stole my Switch. They took $200 off, and it's still there. Most of it's still there, and I haven't used it yet. And I was thinking about getting Animal Crossing, but I don't know. I don't know nothing else to buy on that.
You might get addicted, like some people I know.
200 hours. What's up, Heath Stevens?
You want to see?
Shit, I don't know.
Oh man.
Let's see here.
Shit. Animal Crossing. God.
See?
I can't see that shit for real.
Oh,
it's a little blurry.
Oh no. No, it's gonna give it a few minutes. I think you have a lag.
Oh, I always got a lag. What's up, Justin McGill? Quentin Serious, whatever your name is. What's up, bro? What's up, everybody?
Oh, yeah, showing up as blurry for you.
Yeah, it's showing up a little blurry.
It's 210 hours, so yeah.
Damn, putting that time in. I see you, baby. I see you. Benito's brother, thank you for joining us tonight. I know you're a busy man on Wednesdays, but thank you for gracing us with your presence, brother, because I appreciate you being here. So what's going on, man? All right, Nithos. Hey, man. Fuck, that's great, brother. I'm so happy you here. Oh, shit. Mark Woodland is in the house. The pony is in. Oh, shit. Nithos done left. All right. I'm assuming he'll be back. But Tsunami, what's going on with you, brother?
Hey, man, nothing much. We're actually playing last night until like 4:30 in the morning. 2K20 on the Xbox, because it's free on Game Pass and everything. So all of us, all the fake ponies that's on Z Podcast, we're all in there. And we were playing this mode called All-Star Team Up.
Yeah.
Basically, you just pick an All-Star. Yeah, we had 10 people, and we picked, 2 All-Star teams, like the all-time All-Star team. So any player from any All-Star team ever, at least that's in the game. And basically, you can select anybody at the position. So we all picked the position, and we all ran. And one game I'm Wilt Chamberlain, one game I'm Kevin Garnett, one game I'm Shaq. And he was dominating. But that was so much fun. Like he said,
I'm gonna have to play that next time with y'all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to play that with y'all next time because I love 2K. I don't have my own squad because all of my homies, them niggas, all they play is Call of Duty.
No, it's not even a squad. We was just like saying, okay, what position you want? And everybody just went to their favorite player.
That sounds fun, man. Yeah, man. That team up is kind of fun, but all right, y'all. Don't know where Devin is. I'm assuming he'll be here. Cherry man, what's up? Kings player, Mark Woodland, Heath Stevens. The first thing Heath Stevens do, he'll say hi. Then he'll ask me some question that, hey, Derek, what you think about this? What you think about what Xbox said? Hey, man, grounded or whatever. Who gives a fuck? It's releasing unfinished. So let me ask you this, Mark Woodland. How many games have they released in Xbox preview?
Xbox
Tons of
Preview
right.
is not a fucking unfinished game. It's like there's plenty of games like Ark.
There's been plenty of games, not just
Yeah.
first party games. There's been third party games that released in the Xbox Preview. So you might want to go another direction with that. Trying to stop that shit. Chill out with that. It's Xbox Preview, man. Who cares? All right, but anyway, y'all, we got a few things to talk about.
Hello?
Oh, I'll be damned.
God damn, every time I go to the YouTube thing to retweet it, it messes up my
Oh
audio.
yes.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Anytime you play audio, you have an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
So anytime you go to play another audio device, it doesn't switch back.
Yeah,
happened to me a couple
I had
times.
to like redo the whole thing. But you know what's going on, guys? I'm finally here. I know I missed like the last 3 weeks. I've been working like crazy. I have one of those
It's been that
essential
long?
jobs, and man, they keep me fucking over there now.
Are you
Those
at a
are good,
hotel?
man.
Huh?
You're at a hotel, right?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, brother, I appreciate you being here. Heath Stevens, the dare said it will launch without a story. He said it would be an Xbox Preview. You know, I don't have time to deal with this shit. Anyway, y'all, so let's go ahead and get right to it.
Another game that was big, like that's like apparently like good now is like Subnautica. I remember that was in preview.
Subnautica, what the fuck is that?
It's like it's like an underwater survival game, but like it's like big on the PC.
Oh, is
Look,
it?
I don't think anyone wants to talk about
I think
Grounded
it's
that
on
much.
Switch
Obviously,
also.
we're trying to move on from Grounded. But all I'll say is the fact that they're going to release it like that, like preview, shows you just want to get that shit out the door and move on.
Yeah,
That's all I'm going to say.
definitely. Kind of how like Bleeding Edge, they got that shit. They didn't
Yeah, they got
promote
that
it.
out the door and they
They
want
got
to
it
move
out the
on.
door and they're trying to move on. So, hey, man, it is what it is. Excuse me. So anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get right into it. I think I want to start off with the PlayStation controller. What do you guys think?
Welcome to better
we can get it out the
ergonomics,
way.
Sony.
I know, well,
Get out of the way.
all right. Let me rephrase that question. Do you guys want to talk about that first?
Get out the
It
way.
don't matter.
I mean,
Yeah,
I guess
man.
we could talk about it because that's all I see on Twitter lately. Look how many likes it has. Oh my God, the PlayStation controller went and killed it. Fuck the console. I want to see a controller. I'm like, man, you guys made fun of Xbox for so fucking long with these stupid controllers. And I get it. The DualSense is kind of dope. I'm not going to lie. I like the ergonomics of it. It looks like an Xbox controller now. I'm excited. That's probably going to be my favorite Sony controller, though I wish I had offset sticks.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't know, man. It's a fucking controller. Calm down.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and kick off the talk shit about Sony portion of my diatribe. So we got a whole bunch of trash from everybody, not just ponies, everybody about the Kinect, and it was creeping on us, listening to us, and recording us. They have a fucking microphone inside the controller. That's spooky as shit, especially with Sony listening. Come on now, like, and then like the ramifications of goddamn how you beat this fucking boss. Here is a cheat code download for $2.99. Like they're gonna fucking be listening, and I don't know how I feel about that just yet. But as far as the controller it looks weird. I like the ergonomics of it. It looks like a fucking Xbox like reskinned. I still hate the fact that it's parallel, thumbsticks. Even fucking DualShockers, the fucking Twitter site, they were like, if they had put it up there, they had like a little Drake meme or whatever, and they were like, they should have that. But I'm curious to see how the lights are when you're playing, because they're not facing forward anymore; they're facing up. So does that mean like you're gonna have like this light in your face all the time if you're in the dark? Like, but I don't know. I am excited about the haptic feedback triggers. If they're more like the Switch and the iPhone trigger rumble, those are like very sensitive and precise. Like it's like they're pinging around inside. It's not really a rumble. So like if they can fine tune that, I'd be excited about that. But yeah, besides that, it looks weird.
Let me say this now. I understand this is not WBG, but first off, I think the controller looks cool. I would be honest. I didn't really care for. I hated the DualShock 3 on the PS3. I hated that controller. I thought the DualShock 4 was, okay. It was okay, but the options and the share button was a little bit too close to that little pad in the middle. But it was okay. I think this one looks cool, to be honest with you. But I want to specifically talk about the PlayStation fans in this community. 2013. Neithus already alluded to it. He already alluded to it. The Connect was spying on us. It was listening to everything we had to say, right? But today, all I saw was this technology is amazing. This technology is amazing. Oh, okay. It was amazing. It's amazing. I like it. But when the Connect did it, they're spying on us. What's the difference? Neithus, like you said, what's the difference? Is there a difference? There's a microphone in the controller opposed to a Connect. What's the difference? They're still listening to us, right?
Well, I mean, I guess the difference, actually, if anything, it's worse because you always need to use a controller, don't you? But I guess the difference here would be we're in a world where devices are always listening to us. Yes, cell phones are listening to us, but people don't want to hear it. But you got things like Alexa or whatever. So I guess it's more understandable. Granted, Microsoft really should have capitalized on the Kinect and used Alexa-type features, and then the Kinect would have been dope. Mm-hmm. Going on from that, what I find interesting, and I posted this on Twitter, and it's actually getting some traction, is Sony patented a way to have your controller listen to you, because now it has a speaker and a microphone, right? Mm-hmm. And it would have a digital storefront to give you microtransactions to help you beat, let's say, a boss or something in a video game. So you'd be like, hey, PlayStation, how do I get past this? And it will literally give you a microtransaction to get past whatever struggle you're on. And this is an approved patent. It's approved.
That's where, see, I saw when you posted that. That's some interesting shit. If that turns out to be true,
happen. I don't want anyone to take this clip and be like, "Oh yeah, he's saying this is gonna happen." But I find it interesting that patent was confirmed and approved, and about 3 months later, maybe 2 months, you get this controller with a microphone in it now.
Yeah,
and then not even just with Sony, like there's hackers out there that can listen to your fucking Chrome and not Chrome, the Google Homes and shit. So it's like, who's to say some random person on your Wi-Fi can't just listen to your fucking conversation through your fucking DualShock or DualSense?
Hey, we got a super chat. Let me get the super chat.
I got you.
You got it? Okay.
Yep. Rain G4, thank you for the $1.99. The PS5 sticks together.
DS5.
The DS5? The DualShock 5.
Yeah, it's really DualSense.
DualSense. Yeah. Thanks, Rain. Thanks, Rain G4. I appreciate the support, brother. I think he's playing on the fact that he's saying sticks together, that the sticks are next to each other. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely what he's saying.
Oh, I also want to add something real quick. So I'm not someone who's going to why is there a microphone on my controller? Do I want it there? Not really. I think that's kind of stupid. But we all have cell phones. Things are listening to us constantly. Don't put me down on that. It is what it is. I don't see the point of that microphone. I would be real with you.
Yeah.
This also brings it to a term of how much fucking battery life is all of this going to consume. You got a light, you got a microphone, you got a speaker.
But the controller's bigger, so I think they can put a bigger battery in it.
Yeah. But even still, just if you have a big engine but the car weighs more, you're defeating the purpose of having the bigger engine, the bigger engine, because it's gonna run more stuff. So it might be around the same time if all that stuff is working at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't think that it was a problem in 2013 with the with the Kinect, with the microphone in there. I don't think it's a problem now. I just think that people will cherry pick and caveat whatever fits their narrative. So, I mean, it does leave a stain on people. Yeah. I think it leaves a stain on people when they say, oh, this microphone is great because you were whining about this in 2013. It also, it's reminiscent too of, they want to trade. I mean, they want to make you trade those digital games. That's horrible. But now you can't trade any digital games right now. And everybody is switching to digital. So, I mean, it's the same silly stuff. So
right now, goddamn.
Exactly. I mean, how dope would that be to be able to trade your digital purchase? So
that'd be sweet. Yeah.
That's why I say when people make their arguments, think about how it could bite you in the butt in the long run. Don't just follow the idiot herd. This is why I think it's important to bring this up about the microphone and the joystick. But am I impressed with the controller? I mean, it looks cool. And I don't think it's horrible, but I'm not ultra impressed too. It's just like with Microsoft, I'm waiting to see the game. So we're going to talk about the potential Microsoft games a little bit. So that's where I'm at.
Right.
That's the one thing that I noticed. That's the one thing I'm noticing. Right now, PlayStation fans are acting like Xbox fans hyping up the damn gear. Where the hell are the games? I mean, I've said the exact same thing about Microsoft.
Yeah, exactly.
Where the hell are the games?
Yeah, well said, Bunny, but come on, guys. This is the first time PlayStation's going to have decent ergonomics. Those controllers have been trash, and you've been just used to it since the PS1. Let's be honest. This controller actually looks comfortable for once. Now, am I going to play shooters on it? No, because I hate that's how offset analog sticks. But I will say I'm probably going to be much happier with the controller, and you probably won't hear people complain about carpal
Can I say this? This is going to be, y'all going to laugh, and y'all going to think this is a bunch of capping. I felt the same way until I got the Stadia controller. And all Stadia did was have the ergonomics of the Xbox, and they took the analog sticks and pushed them further apart. That shit feels comfortable as hell. So hopefully the analog sticks are further apart on this
they
one.
Look like it a little bit.
They look like it, yeah.
I hope they are, yeah. Yeah,
no, look, they'll never bend the knee to Xbox, right? That's why they'll never do the offset. But I like that they went this approach.
But the one that won was the fucking Switch Pro controller, because they have basically everything that the regular person that's not a fanboy wanted. Like if you go to a PC user, they like off axis, they like the ergonomics of the Pro controller, they like the button layout. Like it's like the perfect non-fanboy controller is a Switch Pro controller.
And play something to Mark Woodland right quick. Mark, I thought that we all said that we like the controller. I like the PlayStation controller. I think it looks cool.
I don't think it's horrible.
I'm not praising the Xbox controller. I think the Xbox controller is fine. I mean, listen, PlayStation guys, I had a guy say to me today in the DM, he said, Dirt, those damn like the Xbox controller is the exact same. Ha ha ha. I said, brother, the DualShock 1, DualShock 2, and the 6-axis was the same fucking controller. Maybe there was something different here, like the dual.
Well,
like
they took out Rumble for a second, then they put it back in.
Right, but the 6-axis didn't have Rumble, So if it's not broke, don't fix it. Right?
Look, no. PlayStation changed their ergonomics to be more like Xboxes. Let's keep it a buck. They straight up did. Like, it literally looks like an Xbox controller with thumbsticks next to each other now.
It does. Yeah. It does.
Even the way it curves at the bottom.
Yeah, I think it's fucking awesome. I think it's dope. Yeah. Now, when they revealed this DualSense, I did not like the color scheme they went with. Like that black and white just looked off. Like maybe because the touchpad was all white. Something about it just looked off to me. But I like these fan creations. The gray and black looks really nice, and that Spider-Man one. Don't get me started. How fucking amazing that looks.
Yeah, that should look dope, man.
They got rid of not the touch bar, the light bar, right? But I noticed the vents on the side. Yeah, the vents are on the side. Is that light?
Yes,
yeah,
the light bar.
Yeah. I think that's cooler, personally.
Yeah, but here's the part. That's not going to work for PSVR anymore because the light bar was like a part of VR.
Kind of.
Yeah. PSVR 2 is going to be very different, I think.
I think they have separate controllers, like how regular VR, if you get an Oculus has.
Yeah. So listen, man, I think sometime like with the DualShock 4, I think Sony added some things to that controller. I think was underutilized. Like I like the speaker. I don't know if this one's going to have a speaker. I think it is going to have a speaker on it. Yeah.
Because they want to have backwards compatibility, so they're going to keep that feature in there. But it kind of seemed like the later in the gen it got, the less people used it. Like they always have like one kind of gimmicky thing. Even Nintendo, they have like a gimmicky thing that you say, oh, that's cool, and then they'll make a showcase game for it, and then kind of the most of the regular games don't even bother with using it anymore. Yeah. So it's like
speaking
I hope
of
they actually
gimmicky, Tsunami.
Yeah.
Do you remember back in 2013 when Microsoft did adapted triggers or whatever?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's probably called a gimmick right back then, right?
Yeah.
But now Sony's doing something similar in a different method. Mind you, it's a different method. It isn't vibrations. Now they're using coils or whatever. And I'm seeing all this praise. All this praise. This is revolutionary. Microsoft ain't been doing this. This is completely different. Even take over, Moss. I know you want to talk about it.
No, I'm just saying, man. Look, I'm a pre-warn. I try to be transparent. PlayStation people, you're probably not going to like me this episode. I'm just saying, like, I feel like there's a battle royal brewing. Everybody's fighting and clawing. Fucking Amazon came out that bitch. Stadia dropped a mic today. Xbox is about to drop some shit on Monday. And y'all motherfuckers are showing controllers. We're talking about controller with haptic feedback and a mic in it. But it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, we got a super chat. Let me
good. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. Thank you, Night Music, for the $5. How's it going?
Thank you, brother.
Now, granted, I did drop a video earlier today talking about how, and we could get into that later. Inside Xbox needs to just go away, except for IO. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about shit on the horizon that's get the blood pumping and shit. Y'all talking about controllers.
Hey, Mark, I saw somebody put on Twitter. He's not really a PlayStation guy, but what he said to me was kind of funny. He said, "Man, all of the color possibilities with these controllers." So I'm like, actually, like a guy named Fame, he said, "Oh, damn! So now we're celebrating different color controllers now? Is that what we're doing?"
Oh
I
shit!
thought that was funny.
They're giving us crap all them times. Some Xbox got all these controllers.
But honestly, like the ponies in the chat, we think the controller looks good, man. But we're just talking about some of the hypocritical shit that's going on.
I didn't say that. I said it looks weird. It has to grow on me. I believe it'll grow on me. But
it looks like it reminded me of the shape and size of it. Reminded me of a Pro controller.
Yeah,
and the sticks offset. I mean, the sticks on set. Trying to keep the PlayStation identity part of it.
Yeah,
and then it's weird. It's cool looking. It's really cool looking.
Well,
but,
the other part about it is the reason why I think it looks like that is because it's a precursor to how the next gen aesthetics will be, kind of. Exactly. Maybe it's not just the console. Maybe it'll be also the VR. Maybe look like that. The console, it's gonna have some kind of look to it, because you don't just have a regular plain box and then that controller. Like they like to tie shit together. So I feel like the box is gonna look a little weird too. And PSVR is gonna have some kind of similar type, curvatures and stuff like that. So. Yeah, but it was. Here's the funny part was right after that announcement, Xbox tweeted out their controller and they zoomed in on the share button, because the PlayStation controller took away the share button and they made it a create button. So
now I'll be honest, the share button on the DualShock 4 I thought was cool, and I didn't like how Xbox didn't have that. Well, they have it now. Of course, they took that from Sony. Well, they didn't claim that they made it. They said, we know we're not the first people that had this share button, but the create button that Sony's doing, do you guys know anything else about that?
I think it's going to launch basically it's going to launch basically a creation app where you can go to photo mode or do a video edit or something like that. It's going to be like a shortcut to what's that PlayStation creation tool? The one that King Crash uses to make his videos.
Yeah, what's the name of that shit? I forgot the name of it. I used to use it for my place. What's the name? Share Factory.
Yeah, Share Factory. I think it's probably something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool.
But it's funny what Moss said. He says it's about to be a battle royale or Royal Rumble or something. That just made me remember the what's it called? Anchorman, when they were all the anchor people came out and they were all fighting like channel 6 news. They had the so-and-so news. They had the Mexican news. I should make that edit.
And look, don't get mad at me, y'all. Go back and be like, hold on, Jim Ryan, because I'm a little itchy. I get a little itchy think about Jim. You know what I'm saying? Just a little itchy, just a little flaky. You know what I'm saying? Go back to Jim and be like, Jim, y'all better be watching on Monday. If these motherfuckers drop some shit on Xbox, y'all better have something in the sizzle reel. Y'all better have a game ready to go. Don't, because look, this is great for all. You know what? No. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna just say that PlayStation. Don't get mad at me. I'm talking the same tune. It's all about the games. So Microsoft better not drop some shit and then PlayStation drop an HDMI cord. I swear to God, somebody gonna get y'all gonna get flame broiled.
HDMI cord.
You're gonna get flame broiled out this bitch. Y'all better have a game in the sizzle reel. That's all I'm saying.
HDMI cord. That's funny shit. Oh man. But yeah, there are some other news going on. We're going to talk about Inside Xbox, and my Xbox brothers. You might not want to listen to that because even I, if you listen to my video earlier, I didn't bash it, but I've been saying, excuse me, what is going on with that shit? The Rona. So, but Mars, the girl from IGN, she said on the last Unlocked that there's some Xbox news coming Monday, right? Like you guys actually told me something about it. So what's the rumors that you guys are hearing? Now, I don't want to get hyped. I really don't want to get hyped. That's not my goal here. But what
we have some sources that are
I'll touch on it a little bit, but I think Nethos could probably better explain it too. But I'll just say that there's a lot of information going around that Xbox, likely in response to they want to keep the momentum up, and they realized that Inside Xbox maybe was more of a deterrent than it was anything, just substandard. Mm-hmm. They're dropping some shit on some games early. You know what I'm saying? Early that they may have planned, and they gave some footage or something to IGN and maybe some other sources, and an embargo on a game. I'm hearing possibly 2 games are going to be released to the public as early as Monday. Now, I'm gonna let Nethos pick it up from here, because Nethos brought up a good point. If this happens, then this is exactly the shock to the system that Xbox needed, and it's a great thing. If there's all this hype around this and it fizzles, then that's going to be bad. So it's a double-edged sword. They got to drop some shit, but I'll let Nethos pick it up.
Well, I mean, I think it's interesting, right? If it's true that they're going to give some please info and it's about a game or games, isn't that being gamer focused as opposed to showing off a new controller and focusing so much on the controller?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that'd be a good narrative for Xbox. And also, real quick, Moss, why, if this is true coming out Monday, why did they have an Inside Xbox just a few days ago?
That's a damn good question.
And like, not tease it, or at least, or like, what's the point of that?
Yeah,
when we say show something, do you mean they're having another show type thing, or they're dropping?
No, it's just like, I think they're about to drop info on, or
they're going to drop info on the game. You know what I'm saying? They're going,
Now, the only thing I can go with is Post-Up's theory that these Inside Xboxes are literally meant for the Xbox One, and they're just treating the Series X more Echelon things as completely different. Like, yeah, some of these games are coming to the Xbox One, obviously, the first 2 years worth of games, but some of them are more focused on the Series X.
I mean, we'll talk about it later. I don't even do it Inside Xbox. Like, I get it. We're still in this gen and games are still coming out. But
cancel that.
Yeah, just do a tweet. Ground is coming out Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like, but with that being said, again, this could be the shock to the system that Xbox needs. And despite all my kick and feel in the ribs and all my hate, I'm keeping the same energy. I'm keeping it a buck. If they show some blockbuster games, or show at least a blockbuster game to kick off the showing of more games, this could be the shock to the system that Xbox needs to get back my share. So we'll see.
See, like, back to what we were talking about on WBG, that roadmap. I think all this shit is planned. Like, they're not reactive right now. They already knew what the fuck they were doing. They might be fluid, like, okay, well, we have this ready for whenever this happens. They said, okay, the controller dropped. All right, next week we're gonna do this. Like, they have shit planned out in a cadence, and it's almost seemingly like they're purposefully on the offensive, and like, this is like the complete opposite of the Xbox we've seen in years past.
Yeah, it's like they sat in a boardroom like, we're gonna let the Xbox One get its teeth fucking kicked in, and we're gonna rise from the ashes.
Hey, you know what, Phil actually said, like in that conference meeting, I'm talking about that boardroom meeting.
Before you even continue, that sounds like a completely different Phil, by the way. Now continue.
Yeah. Well, like, even he admitted that I don't remember the woman's name, but like she said, we need to do something different. He said they all said that we aren't in the position that we want to be this generation. So yeah, you're right, Phil. Let's do something different. Let's be bold. Let's be different. And he agreed, and you saw what they're doing right now. So you know what? There's something else that I saw on Twitter. Let me show my screen right quick. From Shinobi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He has some good connections. He's like kind of insider. Like, can you guys see this? So somebody asked him, I just want them to show us a game hold on. He said, I just want them to stop showing us games with cartoon graphics and give me a Gears quality graphics level. Shinobi says, oh, you won't be disappointed. Okay. Now, here's a guy, he usually knows some things about the industry, so I think that's some interesting stuff, man, to see what's going to happen. So,
and I apologize, when you were talking about that Phil Spencer interview, I was thinking of a different one. I'm talking about, he sounds like a completely different Phil Spencer on the IGN interview.
Oh yeah, that's
it. He sounds like a completely different Phil Spencer there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He sounds confident.
I will say, yeah, he did. No, the biggest takeaway for me is that he didn't put his foot in his mouth. I mean, there was a couple of things that he said that I personally don't like about the launch games and stuff like that, but he didn't put his foot in his mouth. I really think that the marketing team is doing a good job. It might be that guy from Netflix, but what I do disagree with the panel is I don't think that all of this was planned. I think some of it. Some of it is reactionary, but in a good way. They're being forced.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like this, they're saying like we have this thing ready if this thing happens.
Oh yeah. And that's great. And that's great. They're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Or they probably say, or they're just reallocating sources. Oh, we were going to show that in May. No, bring that motherfucker up to next Tuesday.
Like Sony, right? Like you know how every time Xbox
exactly,
Sony was ready to trample that shit.
Yeah,
this is almost like the opposite. Like, Sony has news to try to trample things, and that controller was big news. I don't know why it blew up so much, but Xbox got hit back harder, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to, because look at Sony. Sony is just that popular that they can drop a controller and it take over Twitter.
Absolutely.
So that's the signal.
You know what? You know what's crazy? They dropped that the same day that the Inside Xbox was. So it took away, the attention from the Inside Xbox. That's kind of a win because that Inside Xbox.
I agree with that. Yep. They fucked up. That's what I said.
Maybe they knew Sony was going to try to do that shit, and that's why they made sure this announcement's separate. Because you didn't want anything to maybe bury this Monday news.
Yeah, because they said it's going to be Inside Xbox, but they said it like a day before. Normally, we know about it way before.
Yeah, that is true. That's very true.
Yeah, that could be the truth.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
I think they were running away from what Sony was about to try to drop on them.
Yeah, I think they could have done that. That could have been it. I don't know, because here's the thing. Like Tsunami said, that Inside Xbox, if it was left alone and nothing dropped in it, guess what we be talking about? Xbox is trash. They ain't got no games. They suck doo-doo balls. All that shit we'd have been talking about. But because that controller went out there, nobody's talking about that. And if Xbox on Monday drop some heavyweight, then the Inside Xbox was and never was. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's crazy. I do agree with that.
What's funny about that whole trending on Twitter? Xbox controller was trending #1 on Twitter in America.
That was funny. That was funny. Like that. How was that? So, what do you think that means, guys? Does that mean that people? Damn. Excuse me. Sorry, man. Does that mean that people think the controller looks similar to Xbox controller? That's why.
So the tweets were either Xbox controller is better or it looks like an Xbox controller. That's what most of the tweets were saying. Yeah. They had polls that I was surprised about because normally Xbox uses all the polls ever. Every poll I saw, people said the Xbox controller was better. I said, oh shit. And then I saw
what polls they don't lose, Tsunami? They lose, the controller polls and apparently fucking character polls with Master Chief. Master Chief is killing it, man.
Yeah. People listen, we're the fanboys. The regular community, the regular casual gamer that's not this super hardcore person, they're fickle. They'll go wherever is shiny. They'll go to the new hotness like every time. So don't be surprised. I don't think Xbox is going to win because the global dominance that Sony has. But as far as like relevance and mindshare and I think it's going to be a battle next gen.
And it needs to go back to like a 360 almost versus PS3. I don't think PlayStation is going to pull a PS3. But it needs to be like a more neck-and-neck battle. But, isn't that crazy, though? Like how iconic the Master Chief is? Yeah. What's a bad game? Halo 5 was one of the I don't know, not as good Halos, I guess. We can agree to that, at least. It wasn't as good as the predecessors. And Master Chief is still beating Mario in those polls. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely. But, yeah, man. I mean, King Thrasher here. We ain't shook over it. Yeah, bro. Took over a controller, bro. Oh shit, man. We have 51 in here, man. This is Scrampunks, like records are being broken.
Hey everyone, could you guys hit that like button also?
Hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that like button.
Come on, we got 18 likes. Come on, y'all. We can do better than this.
Yeah.
Hey, I was on the Stadia podcast earlier, and they had more likes than this with the same amount of viewers. Y'all gonna let a bunch of Stadia stands, do better than here, Come on.
Man. Yeah, man. That's
Shay Capo said, "Fuck that like button."
Hey, man.
Capo's mad.
Hey, man. Shake a pony, but he shows support. So thank you.
No, Shake is the man.
Yeah, Shake cool, man. Mark Wood, another pony that shows support. Heath Stevens. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Even King Thrash musty ass. He showed support. Hey man, why your boy Emmanuel talking shit, Mark? He said there's a Stadia podcast.
Yeah, okay. All right. Don't be hey, look, when you looking for somebody to play with on Division 2 on Stadia, when you sign up, FN, don't say nothing.
You know what's funny about FN? Side note, everybody in my real life, I've been calling them FN this and FN that, texting them FN. They finally was like, "What the fuck is FN?" Like, fuck nigga. I'm like, fuck nigga. They was like,
I call my wife that shit, man. I'm like, she's like, "Excuse me." I'm like, no.
Do you say fuck nigga or you say FN?
No, I'm joking. I don't come on.
There would be no podcast tonight.
and so everybody's like, what does it mean? Like finally, like after weeks, what the fuck does that even mean? Like fuck nigga. And they're like, this whole time, this has been disrespectful.
Right.
Hey, bro, man, I got a DM story with that one. I'm not gonna reveal who it was, but somebody DM'd me one day who used to be a podcaster, by the way, pretty well known. And he's like, Neth, what does this mean? And I gave him the idea. I didn't write it all down, but I gave him the idea, and he's like, "Oh my!"
Mark, what's my name?
I'll tell you
George
what
Takei.
Oh my!
He's like, God. No, it wasn't. No, you didn't close.
But the other part that's funny is now they're using it like they're replying back to me some FN. Like ha ha ha!
Yeah,
like, fuck up.
Everything like, is FN. So like Neff. So like when you say grocery store, that's FN, right? That's your
Well, it's not always FN. Sometimes it's just N. But that's grocery store because the girl she didn't say nigga. She said grocery store. So that's what Neff does.
Like what the fuck is grocery store? Then I realized, okay. Hey, all right, let's go ahead. Xbox fans, we about to talk about Inside Xbox now. Mars did a video earlier. I wasn't able to watch it, but I did put it in my watch later, where he posed a question. Do they need to cancel this bullshit?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what you said, right?
Yeah, you ain't even got to watch it. No, please watch it. Support the channel. No, I said it. Why do we have this? Because I get it if it was reaching an audience, a sustainable audience that cared about it and said, "Oh, I care about these games and I like the way you guys presented it." The people that care about those type of games, they don't even like the presentation. Like this is doing no good, and it beckons me back to Xbox of old, to where they cling the things that don't work and they're still going to ride them through until the wheels fall off. Like Nintendo's Treehouse or whatever you want to call it, or Nintendo Directs works for Nintendo because they have constant content that their fan base adores. Right. Sony tried to mimic it too, but guess what? Sony started running out of content. So guess what? They stopped. It's time for Xbox to stop as well. Xbox needs to stop as well.
I don't know, it's what, April? So they did go on like a 5-month break.
Yeah.
It needs to go on a 5 infinity break.
So here's the only reason why I don't want it to be canceled all together is because every now and then they have maybe one thing, a show that I'm interested in, or a deeper dive in something that's coming out soon. So think about next gen when they have newer games coming out that we do want to see. Then they're going to show it on Inside Xbox. It's not just always going to be like these smaller games. That's just what we have now. So I don't want to make all out, cancel it. But when fucking Halo comes out, I want an Inside Xbox with Halo.
The problem with Inside Xbox is it's not. See, the problem at first with Inside Xbox wasn't so much the content; it was the presentation that was god awful. Well, now the presentation and the content is god awful.
They're on fucking web cameras now. Like,
so what they need to do is they need to go back to the drawing board and get a new marketing team to bring like a G4 style of, you know what I'm saying? Of bringing that. Yeah. Then what Tsunami's saying is absolutely right. Then we want to see if you got the bangers, then show the bangers with a different aesthetic. It's the aesthetic, it's the style, it's the cheesiness. Yeah, even on my thumbnail, I got a picture of what's his name, Major Nelson with the fucking parrots on the shoulder. Like nobody wants to see that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So cancel it until y'all get a different aesthetic and y'all got the games.
They're still on that 360 wave where shit was kind of cheesy looking and
My
corny.
only thing was they were announcing all these games. Like some of the games they were announcing was already announced that they were coming out, but on the Switch announced them first.
Oh shit!
So I was sitting here like, yeah, I was sitting there like, yeah, like there was a game that was announced, and I was like, I saw that on a Nintendo Direct, on a Nintendo Indie Direct.
Yeah,
so I
like,
just was
it's
like,
basically what has become to a degree is a fucking Game Pass commercial. So anything that's coming to Game Pass, they highlight.
Yeah.
And like, you know, they say like Stranger Things the game. I almost bought that game too. It was $20. It was on sale for like $5, like
which
until
one?
next week or Stranger Things 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like an isometric little top-down game, but
Yeah.
it was like $5 and I almost bought it until, you know, I saw it there and I was like, wait, okay, it's there. So, you know, it's like a Game Pass commercial. Like I said, I'm not gonna say it's great. I'm not gonna say it's good. I'm not gonna say any of that. But I mean, okay, for instance, Grounded. We have more insight on what the fuck Grounded is, good or bad. We have more insight on it. Now, when there's a game that we like and they have a deeper dive, then it'll be a good Inside Xbox. It's just the content is bad, and like I said, it's cheesy as fuck. They need to get rid of that AC Bongos guy. Like he
yeah, that motherfucker needs to go.
Get rid of everybody.
We got Snow Bunny here on the panel. Snow Bunny watches like all of like Nintendo Directs, or at least most of them. Snow Bunny, is it true that Nintendo doesn't necessarily go on a schedule for the Directs, but rather they kind of do it when they have the content? Or want to do a deep dive on a certain game, maybe?
Yeah, because they'll have
usually there's a time period around when they might do a direct.
Yeah.
Like we know we usually get one in the fall, and we usually get one in the fall near the holidays. And we will usually get one like around now where we had the little mini direct, and then usually there's E3. With Nintendo, but what they did was, which was actually really smart, they separated it. So we get a Nindies Direct, which is basically indie games coming to the Nintendo Switch. We get one direct for that, and then a direct for the regular games. So they separated it out. Usually we get Nindies like once every quarter for the third-party indie games that's coming. But it will usually, we might get a Nindies like a week or two before we get a direct.
And so I wish Xbox would do that too, and like separate the smaller games.
Yeah, like the Nindies presentation, all of the Nindies is nothing but third party indie games. And like the last one that just came out, they were talking about how the Switch was temporarily console exclusive to the Switch until it goes to other platforms. And they announce all the games that's like that. They'll say first coming to the Nintendo Switch. And we have a super chat. Thank you, Geekhead188 for the $4.99. Don't want to hype myself up, but if they announce Fable on Monday, I'm going to lose it. I think pretty much a lot of fans will lose it if they announce Fable on Monday.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be Fable though.
No.
Yeah, so that's the thing with Nintendo. Like with your Inside Direct, with the Inside Xbox, you had everything mixed in.
Yeah,
with
have a little console
Nintendo
stuff, a little bit of this,
with Nintendo, they it ended up getting too many games because how many games releases on Nintendo Switch a week? They just decided to do all indies in one presentation in their
vice versa,
games.
Like how you watch some of the Xbox shows to see what games are coming to Switch. A lot of those games are games that I watch and say, okay, that's going to be on, Xbox. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing. And Nintendo will, but see, the difference is Nintendo will say, okay, this is exclusive to Nintendo. Xbox, when they announce the games, they don't say anything at all. They just make, like, some people think that it's only coming out for the Xbox.
Well, no, typically they do that because they say it's coming to Game Pass and you can play it for free day one.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like if a game's coming to Nintendo Switch also, like Nintendo will say, okay, it's coming to Nintendo first. So you automatically know, okay, it's coming to Nintendo. It might come to my platform later. But when Xbox announces it, they just say coming to Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
So you never know
but
if it's going to the Switch or to PlayStation 4 or anything like that.
No, you do, because Xbox lets it known you can only get this on Xbox or PC. Like when it's an exclusive, they put it out there. But fucking PlayStation, they'll put exclusive on it and then take it away, then put it back and take it away.
Mark,
you're wrong. Then put it away and take it back. These fuck niggas, they're con men. They have all kinds of
man,
shit.
I'm not going to go that far, but you know,
Hold
I like
on,
the
wait.
idea
Did you not
of
see
maybe.
Did you not see Final Fantasy 7? That was only on PlayStation. Did you not
well,
see?
well,
I'm
well,
not
well,
gonna
no,
call
no,
them
no,
con
no,
men,
no,
though.
no,
Like,
no.
Death,
See, the
Death
thing
Stranding
is
only on PlayStation. Then it went to PC. Like they be lying.
no,
I'm not gonna say they're con men though, but I will say like
They're
I would like the
finessers.
idea of Inside Xbox becoming something that's focused on certain content. So like Tsunami just said earlier, what if they did Inside Xbox is just focus on Halo Infinite? I would like an approach like that when you have your content ready. Don't be on a schedule, because you can't always have content ready on a certain schedule.
Right,
And I think that's what really
Exactly.
kills Inside Xbox in ways.
exactly.
I mean, like it's not necessarily a bad thing or a good thing. I think they just want to keep the fans engaged and always talking about Xbox and being very very transparent with everything that's going on. So when I hear them doing stuff, I feel like, okay, I'm still engaged. PlayStation people, they feel like starved for information. That's why you get so many fucking likes on the logo and the controller reveal.
I don't know, man. When I hear an Inside Xbox is coming, I start like praying. I'm like, God, please help me. Don't kill me on Twitter the next day.
Yeah.
I already know.
Let me ask you guys this.
But you're not doing it because of Xbox. You're doing it because of the backlash on Twitter. And
let me ask you guys this.
Like that.
And let me ask you guys this. Why do you think that, okay, like you said, Neff, when people, like when Xbox come out and say, yo, there's an Inside Xbox coming in a couple of days, why do people, Zaire, there's some other guys, it's some Xbox guys do live streams knowing it's going to be dog shit?
Well, let me answer that.
Dog shit.
Yeah, let me
Mark
answer that.
Let
me answer that. Let me answer that. We can't have it both ways. We can't sit there and say there's people that watch that care about this, because I that's some of the pushback I get. There's people that care about this, so it's Xbox news. What do we do as podcasters? We cover Xbox news, and we don't know, there might be a surprise. So because it's Xbox news, we cover it, just like we covered the dog shit GDC or CDC, whatever it was, or CES, where PlayStation all they did was put out a logo.
Hold on, no, you can't compare that, because
there's
there was going to be PS5 news for the first time.
They even
right,
like
inside Xbox, they show you what they're going to talk about.
Hold on.
Let me do the state of play though.
Let me finish though, because Xbox set this precedent themselves. I'm gonna read you their presser when they re-released this. They said, "I'm thrilled to announce that Inside Xbox will debut on March 10th, marking the brand new way for the team to celebrate our news, our games, and our fans." And you scroll down, okay, and they say, "We hope Inside Xbox will become a monthly communal event for us and for you. We hope you'll be energized by what's coming.
Boy, it used to be monthly.
Better educated
When was that?
about what's
When
new.
was that?
And empowered to better enjoy your favorite pastime with great new features and content." This is when it re-premiered. So again, they set the
premiere.
Yeah,
they premiered
yesterday. We talking about yesterday?
March of 2018. They said this is what the show would be about. So you can't blame the podcasters for saying, okay, there might be a little bit of news. They might sprinkle something in there.
Moss.
No.
The show been trash for 2 fucking years.
Why do you think it's going to be bad?
Why does it need to be trash?
Yeah,
that's
no.
my point. I'm saying they need to cancel the shit. The show is trash. My point is, why are multiple people in this community doing live streams? I'm not talking about the guys that's really optimistic, because I'm talking about the guys.
It's news. They had the first or second episode, they had news in there. They had Far Cry 5 news, Division 2 news. It's just the presentation was weak. So we were just looking at it to hope maybe it gets better throughout the time. Then they stealth drop something on a Monday, so there might be a surprise. I don't blame people for watching it, just like I don't blame people for doing CES. This is a game company, so the standard shouldn't be why y'all covering it. The standard should be is why isn't it good?
Okay,
that should be the
CES, Moss. CES, they said, oh shit, Corey Barlog is going to be there. They're showing us some PS5.
Y'all did that. Sony never said that.
Corey Barlog said he was going to be there.
He said he was going to be there, but nobody ever said there's going to be fantastic news at CES. Who said that? And when is there ever fantastic news at CES?
No, they said it's going to be PlayStation 5 news
Okay,
CES.
PlayStation
That's why
5
people
news can
live
mean,
streamed.
it could mean anything, but it's CES. So
Nobody thought it was gonna be only a
There's a goddamn logo.
So here's the thing. Y'all are setting the precedent, and y'all want to give a fair break to Inside Xbox because it's always quote unquote trash. But when do you normally see ultra fantastic news at CES, whether PlayStation is there or not?
Let me
But
say
it's not
this.
regular.
Why
Xbox is
do
old.
people do live streams, right? And then afterwards go on Twitter and complain about the shit every fucking time for over 2 years?
Because you're a Fortune 500 company and you have the audacity to have a dog shit show.
Why are you still surprised?
I got a super
regardless of
chat.
the
Y'all got
content.
super chat. Hey, we got super chat. Let me get the super chat.
Super chat. Let's see here. Flaffy 1101. Thank you for the $2. Y'all need some J-Dub here. Moss
No, we
hold the
don't.
PS line.
If I get a PlayStation down here, I can't have that motherfucker on here.
Y'all gonna be mad.
Manhattan is the only one I'll accept.
Okay, now let me show y'all something right quick.
Okay.
Every fucking Inside Xbox trailer, they show what they're going to talk about.
You already know what they're fucking gonna go over.
Bam! What's the first thing they showed you? What the fuck they gonna talk about? Did y'all see that?
Yeah, grounded, right?
They show you what they're gonna talk about every time. I'm just saying, man. Come on, bro.
You're scaring me now.
Well, to be fair, PlayStation does State of Play, right? That's like their little direct.
They haven't done that since last summer.
I know, I get that, but we would stream that if it ever comes on. Like we did stream
guys stream that too, right? Right. And how often the State of Play? How often?
I mean, not
there's
often,
been 3
but
State
we
of Play.
would do. Yeah,
there's been 3 State of Play.
We would do it.
I don't prescribe whenever there's news. See, and I would do the same.
Yeah,
we did the same thing. We just did the same thing for Stadia. Honestly, that's why I don't like that precedent. You're a multi-billion-dollar company. If you do dog shit, you should get called out for it. I don't care. I don't care for the presentation. Hold on. Let me finish this point real quick. I'm almost done.
All right.
If you are presenting something, I don't care if it's for indies or whatever, have some pizzazz to it. Have some type of decent marketing to it. That's all. That's what we're saying. But no, the Xbox shows are completely dog shit.
See,
so that's the precedent should be set on now.
You're thinking I'm talking about the quality of the shows. The shows is ass. That's not my point. My point is there's a track record, right? There's a track record of Inside Xbox being underwhelming. Now you say Stadia. How many shows Stadia has had? 1 or 2. So I can see why Stadia fans was excited about it. State of Plays. There's been like 3 State of Plays, and one of those State of Plays had the fucking Last of Us 2 on there, right? Inside Xbox has consistently been trash. Why is it that guys live stream and then complain about it afterwards?
You forget one thing. You forget one thing, Dirt.
Well,
they're getting paid also. Your gaming, your gaming channel. You're getting super chats. You're getting this. You're getting that.
Okay, you're right.
I mean, whether it's dog shit or it's the best fucking thing ever, if you're getting money for it, come on now. How many people are not going to do it for the money?
But there's people, but I don't prescribe to that either, because there's people that cover it that don't have their channel monetized. It's new. And like Stadia, we were on Stadia because they had 3 straight months of dog shit communication, and we ripped them a hole. I did a whole podcast on it. We set the people's feet to the fire. I'm not making no excuses for Stadia, and nobody should be making no excuse for PlayStation, and nobody should be making an excuse for Xbox. If you're a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company, trillion-dollar company, have a halfway decent presentation.
Okay, but wait, pause. Wait. Here's the thing. What digital show is good?
Nintendo.
That's my point.
Nintendo.
No, they have good and bad.
Nintendo has good ones and Nintendo has bad ones based on the games. But the difference is Nintendo's good or bad is based on what games it showed. It's not the presentation, and it's not how it's delivered. It's not the people who are doing it. Because sometimes the people.
That wasn't the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is, why are we going to these digital events like we're expecting fucking E3?
Because it's like no, we're not expecting E3, but we're
fucking overwhelming.
Presentation is bad.
Nobody.
We have a super chat real quick.
No. Like this isn't a super chat, but I thought his point.
No. There's one here.
Oh, okay. Hold on for a second. What Snow Bunny said is absolute facts. People do get paid off of it. I didn't really think about that, so that explains everything. But as you see, what Farscape said, this argument is bullshit. They give you an outline before you watch, which means you simply watching to hate. You're watching to hate, right? But I understand what Snow Bunny said. Maybe people do it for super chats and money. But speaking of super chats, we have a super chat.
Emmanuel A, thank you for the $2. Inside Xbox is too white, corny white. No offense. I mean,
I agree with you.
That's the point I was making. Nintendo, we have some bad Nintendo Directs, but it's based on when the bad for them is the games being shown and people aren't happy. But then when you get inside Xbox, Major fucking Nelson is corny as shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's how you deliver it. You might have dog shit games, but the way you deliver something can get somebody hyped.
So wait. Has there been a good state of play?
No. That one with The Last of Us was the only one that was watchable.
Dirt. That entire show was trash except for that one segment.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Look at how it was presented.
Yeah.
I mean, like Nintendo, look at Nintendo's Directs. How many times do you see a live person? Except for the Nindies Directs, you do see some live people.
Yo, new president.
But they're regular ones.
You
never see people.
We always see Fizame.
All right. You'll never. So let me give you notes to a show. All right. So in one show, they talked about Sea of Thieves and a lot of the new improvements to Sea of Thieves that PC gamers like. Not horrible, right? You know, even some of us don't like it, but not horrible, right? They showed us Division 2. They showed us Ark Survival, which is a popular game, right? And then they went over Players Unknown Battleground stuff. Not bad material, right, in the show, but Xbox found a way to make it dog shit. All right. And so for a multi-million-dollar company or trillion-dollar company,
that don't make a difference.
Why wouldn't it make it? I'm interested. I'm confused.
Hey, man, the New York Knicks is a $1 billion company too, but they still put shit out there too. Now,
money ain't got nothing to do with entertainment.
Really don't.
That's it has a lot to do with entertainment.
I'm done on that one.
Rich that are bad at fucking promotion or bad at fucking.
And then that's the reason you fire your fucking team.
Exactly. Thank you, Bunny. Thank you. Whoop his ass. I ain't never heard that one before.
Nintendo fucked up with the Wii U, didn't they? They were multi-billion-dollar company and they put out some bullshit.
No, we're talking about marketing. We're talking
about marketing.
They know how to market.
But wait a minute. Dirt's making a point. They marketed the Wii U wrongly. That shit was gone, and I mean that shit was marketed.
Post up.
Okay, the Wii U was marketed badly. Okay, Nintendo don't have nearly the money that Microsoft has and Xbox has.
That's my point. Money does not make you good at promoting.
Okay, but the thing is you get rid of people and you hire new people. When
Thank
something,
you. You fixed the problem.
When something isn't clicking,
don't address me. Address her. Address her. Don't come to me.
His ass.
Address her. She don't want whooping your ass, kicking you in the crotch. Address her.
She's not talking about me.
What are we doing here?
No.
We got to go.
Pause.
Look at how they got rid of all them people.
I want to finish my point real quick.
You got to go. Post up.
Did you
wait, what the fuck's that profile pic?
All you need is an SSD. This is my new model. All you need is the SSD in life.
That's all you need, right?
That's all you need. Let me get situated and I'll be right back.
We got a super chat.
We got super chat.
R&D the third. Thank you for the $5. Inside Xbox are aimed at the casual, but hardcore watch. That doesn't mean it can't be presented better. Get rid of the old white people on the screen.
Listen, we're saying that.
No, but you're saying that because it's a bad presentation that it shouldn't be covered.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, why are we acting surprised?
Well, that's my point. Why are y'all acting surprised?
No,
Y'all are watching
it's not
me.
your
Why-
acting
why
surprise.
is
No,
this
no one's
surprise?
saying, "Oh
Okay.
my goodness."
Yes,
No one's
they
saying.
are.
No one's saying, "Oh my goodness, I was expecting this to be better than
Why
what it
is
was."
After
It's
every show, people's on Twitter complaining. No one.
you're complaining because it's dog shit, and you're supposed to be a gaming company.
Nobody gotta
Present your
watch it. You know
product.
it's gonna be dog shit.
I mean, but the thing is people bitch about all the presentations. Look at how
That's
many
my
people.
point.
Well, look at how many people go and watch a Nintendo Direct. You don't mention shit you want to hear. Don't mention Bayonetta.
You complain
Don't
until it
mention
gets
fucking
better.
Metroid. They fucking bitch to high fucking heaven. Okay,
You
wait, we have
complain
another
until it
super
gets better.
chat.
I've never heard that as a standard.
Hey,
well, it
hey,
was
Moss.
dog shit, so
Hey,
it'll
Moss.
always be dog
Moss,
shit. No,
No,
you complain until it gets
no.
better.
Moss, you
Emmanuel
missing what I'm saying.
We're gonna
we
talk
have
about
we have a
Stadia.
post chat. We have a post super chat.
Oh.
Emmanuel A for the $2. Thank you for the $2. Please let Post Up preach. What are we doing here?
And man,
Oh,
you go rub your post up tramp stamp, man. Get out of here. Post. We ain't
Oh
letting Post talk
Lord,
today.
I did
We ain't
not
letting
need to
him
know
talk today.
somebody.
Moss, okay. Let me try to explain this shit. Listen, what I'm saying is I understand that the show isn't great. I do understand that it needs to be better. And I do understand that complaining about it will make the game better. I mean, the show better. Hopefully will make them do better, I should say. But my point is, I'm not saying don't watch it. I'm saying, why live stream it? Bitch and complain about it the whole time. When the show goes off, go on Twitter, bitch and complain about it the whole time. Not just to executives, but to the other people in this community.
I'm gonna answer that question for you.
As Post will say, what are we doing here? But go ahead.
I'm gonna answer that question for you. This may cut to the core, but I love you, good brother. Now your Detroit Pistons, they dog shit, right? The Detroit Pistons is dog shit, but they still get covered, right? And then they still get analyzed on ESPN with your boy Stephen A. What the hell's going on here?
Yeah,
all that shit because you want to be on the stage at any level. You want to be part of this mix. You should be analyzed, and that's all I'm saying.
Hey, Moss. First of all, nobody's talked about the Detroit Pistons in 5 years. Stop it.
How dare you, sir?
Stephen A. will kill everybody, but they should get analyzed.
You're comparing ESPN, a national. Hold on. Listen. I understand what you're saying. Yes, they need to be covered, right? But the people, that's their actual jobs to cover the Detroit Pistons. The commentators are being paid now.
What is our job as podcasters? What is our specific job as podcasters?
I'm not saying don't watch it. I'm not saying don't watch it.
I'm going on Twitter and bitching about it. Like,
if you tell me it's for entertainment purposes, okay, it's for entertainment purposes. That's it. Is that what it's for? Entertainment purposes.
So you don't think? So podcasters shouldn't be critics? Critics?
Of course. I'm not saying don't watch it.
What is the conversation about?
We shouldn't criticize Inside Xbox.
No, I didn't say don't criticize
Inside Xbox. Should be criticized.
Why do people live stream Inside Xbox when it's knowing it's going to be trash and to talk about it on Twitter afterwards? That's
because
my point.
Post Up tells us to. That's why we do it.
What's the issue Inside Xbox?
No. So Dirk's question was, why do we live stream and then go talk shit about Inside Xbox, even though we had 2 years of dog shit? Like, we expected something new every time. We know what it's gonna be. We know what we're gonna get. Why are we shocked and surprised that Inside Xbox is dog shit? And then go complain about shit.
Let me put it like this, man. There's nothing wrong with Inside Xbox.
Oh shit!
It's not just catered to the casual. It's catered to all gamers, even the hardcore. Hold on.
Yes, you his motherfucking mic. That's my brother. I love Post Up.
So Mark Willis said, Dirk, you use Coke pictures of the DualSense 5 in your vid. How is that different? Hypocrisy about. So what the fuck are you talking about? How is that different? How was this cracking a joke?
All right,
I was just talking about the the DualSense 5, and I was posting up some pictures what people was talking about in the community. That's all that was.
I need to.
All right, I'm back.
In here.
Look, let me explain this. All right. We know we're at the end of a generation, right? I don't know what expectations people have of Inside Xbox when we're at the end of a generation. Microsoft showed you all this out this year. They're only going to show you what's going to release, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I had no I didn't even know this Inside Xbox was coming out until they just popped up and said it would be tomorrow.
Yeah.
So for people to think or assume that it was going to be some amazing things when they didn't even present it like that, they showed you the content on Twitter of what was going to be shown. Now
You're
we
right.
can't downplay Inside Xbox and say, "Hey, it's only for the casual. They're only going to show AA or indie games." When they have announced studio acquisitions on the platform, they have announced new titles on there. Now, whether they do that with I don't think they're gonna do that with the launch of the Series X. I think it's gonna be a separate digital show.
Yeah.
But it's something for all gamers. It's just at this point right now, towards the end of the generation, let's face it, we don't have any big AAA exclusives or anything like that to pump around on Inside Xbox. So at this point, take it for what it is until the next generation kickoff.
I see. It's not always the content that's my issue with Inside Xbox. Sometimes I just read off an episode where the content on paper looked fire. 99% of it is the presentation. The presentation is ass. So you could have a whole bunch of fire content, and if they keep AC bongos and what's the name with the parakeets on his neck, then it's going to be ass. You need to change the presentation for one. For two, if you don't have a lot of shit to show, then scale it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I get it that you may want to show grounded. Maybe maybe some of that shit you don't show, you just do a tweet about. And then also in this month, Inside Xbox ain't just for Xbox games. They've shown Division 2 and Far Cry 5 on there. Why didn't you have something, a little sizzle reel on Doom 2? I mean, on Doom Eternal. Digital Foundry just said it was the shit on your system. You know what I'm saying? Do a little sizzle reel on that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So,
but the presentation has been the same way the past 2
Mark,
years.
This thing with Grounded, all right? This thing with Grounded. Microsoft invested in these studios with this position of saying, hey, we're going to give you all the freedom to create whatever you want, whether it's a passion project or not. We're going to get behind you because we believe in you as a studio. So Obsidian, Microsoft didn't say Obsidian, make Grounded. Obsidian chose that on their own. They have the freedom to create whatever they want. So we got to stop trying to knock Microsoft for allowing these studios to do what they want. And then when the studios go out and put something out there that might not be your cup of tea, then you go blame Phil or Microsoft and say, hey, Microsoft forcing them to do that, or that's the reason why Phil brought them because of this and that. No, you afford those studios the opportunity to do what they want because that's why you purchased them. And that's why you put resources behind them. Now, we all want the AAA games. We all want that. But that's not the only game that Microsoft is catering to. You want your approach to be broad and diverse as possible, and that's what they're doing. And it should be called
current on Xbox. What's currently going on?
I'm kind of confused because I understand that we weren't even talking about that. What we were talking about was why is it everybody knows what's going down with Xbox and what's going to happen with Xbox. The topic was why is it that all these YouTubers go on live stream Inside Xbox knowing it's going to be bad and then sit there and bitch and moan about it. Yeah, we understand that they're doing the end of the year and this, that, and the other. We're not even talking about the games they're presenting. We're talking about how it's presented to you.
Oh, okay.
You see what I mean, Toasty?
My bad.
No, you're fine.
Whoop his ass! Whoop his ass!
It's just that he needed clarification as to what's going on, but that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about, because like I said, Nintendo has had bad directs. State of Play has had bad directs. Stadia has had bad directs. But the thing is it's how you present it. You might not have jack shit to show or some badass games to show, but if you make it entertaining and not cheesy, you would not get hit as hard as you get hit.
Okay, well, I can agree with that in terms of presentation. They need to get a little bit younger and up with the times with their approach in terms of presentation.
And make sure those people are wearing decent clothes.
Major Nelson he's cool, but in this day and age with the
He need to
market
get
that's
Austin
out there, the
Evans.
young people that's out there, I don't think he come across as marketable material in terms of the average gamer these days. So I can't agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's we're not even talking about like the games and what they're presenting, because we
Post,
already
answer
know
the
they're at
question.
the end of the gen
But Post,
and
answer
that
the
they
question.
have nothing going on. So yeah, no, it's just the presentation of it. If they worked
Okay.
on their presentation, I think Inside Xbox can be better, but they have to do a good presentation. They need to get all them fools out and bring in some whole new blood.
Yeah,
And
Do
have
the
a
stanky
good
leg.
Okay, but Post, answer-
Bunny got me
but
doing
I
the
agree-
stanky
but
leg
Post,
over here.
answer the
Get that
question.
mother. Hey, his ass.
Hey, we got a
have
super
I
chat,
just
buddy.
didn't know what
we
the
have a
topic
super
was
chat.
about.
Yes, I got you, Posty. I got you, Posty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Post,
All
you know I
right,
had to mess
so-
with you, brother. You doing good? You doing good, brother? Post up. You feeling good, brother?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm laying up right now with my feet up, letting the air hit it.
Yeah, I got you.
All
Brother. I got you.
right.
Good shit.
All right, so none of your business. Thank you for the $10. None of your business. Xbox told me what they were going to cover. That's why I watched Next Gen 720 for the entertainment of it. When people tell you who they are, believe them. What happened to voting with your wallet? Leave them third party PlayStation. Leave them third PlayStation for the win.
Yeah, I don't know what the. But thanks, none of your
Thank you, none
business.
of your business.
Thank
We
you, none of
thank
your business for the $10.
Okay, now, okay, if it's strictly for entertainment, okay, there's not much I can say about that.
Shit for that picture.
If it's strictly for entertainment, okay, I get it. You know, I don't know. There's some guys I think
they're
just
releasing
watch
Grounded
too
like
hate.
early access.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're gonna allow the community to help.
Hey, Bose,
build
you
it,
know, you know damn well they're trying to push that game the fuck out of there, man. They don't want to focus
I mean,
on
they
that
need to
shit.
get it
They're
out.
just getting rid of that
I'm
shit. Yeah.
I'm glad.
I'm
Let's
saying,
go to,
I'm
let's
like
go to the
this.
Series X.
I don't even have a Xbox, but my thing is all this shit that's already been announced. Get this shit out for all consoles
Yeah.
before next
Thank
gen.
you.
I agree.
For
I with you.
PlayStation and for Xbox, y'all have already announced a new console. All this shit that y'all been talking about for the last year, 2 years, get all that shit out before those
Get
new
it out.
consoles
Thank
drop.
Hey,
Yes,
see, you know,
sir.
but Post Up said something that I wanted to talk about. He said
Is
how,
Dirt there?
yeah. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Oh,
can.
shit.
No, I
No,
don't know.
these
Dirt's
fools can't
there.
hear. You can't hear him.
Neff,
No, I can't hear
you
Dirt.
can hear me? The fuck
Yeah,
happened?
see,
Man, the
I
silent
told you.
come
Oh,
back
see,
in.
now it's not me. I told it's not
Yeah,
me.
It's the iPhone shit. Them fuck iPhones. So like something Post Up said that I want to talk about. He said how when Xbox purchased these studios, they gave them carte blanche or the freedom to do what they want to do. Just imagine if Ninja Theory said, "Yo, we got this bleeding edge game," and Phil said, "Man, don't release that shit." Ninja Theory pretty much said in that video when Microsoft acquired them that because Microsoft gave them the freedom to do what they wanted to do, that was one of the reasons they joined Microsoft. So just imagine Ninja Theory or Obsidian saying, "Yo, we have these smaller games, Phil. We want to release these smaller games, throw them in Game Pass." What if Phil said, "Hell no."
There we go.
Hey, brother, can you hear me now, bro?
Yeah, I can.
So,
You hear me?
I think, yeah, we can hear you good. So I think that was part of the reason some of these studios joined Microsoft to use Microsoft resources, their funding, and also can do what they wanted to do. Just my opinion.
Yeah,
I mean, I just thought
we're
that
having two
with
different- we're having
Ninja
two different
Theory.
debates. We're having two different
Nah,
debates
what I was
at the
saying
same
with
time.
what I always thought with Ninja Theory was they had Microsoft. You got to think about it like this. Also, Microsoft had been hit with bring games out, bringing
Yep.
shit out. You have no games, so they acquired a studio and they had a game 3/4 of the way done. Oh
Yeah.
wait, let's
You
buy
right.
this studio.
You
Game
can't
is
start it
almost
over.
done,
Right.
and let's push it out.
And it's finished. Yeah, right. Like Bleeding Edge, like Wasteland 3. Shit that, like exactly. Like
Hey,
Buddy,
I
you're
have
right.
a question though, and maybe I'll get allude to this, but Bleeding Edge and Grounded are considered passion projects from the studios, right? It's fair enough to say that.
Yeah.
Do you think they were really passion projects, or that's what those studios were just working on in the background in order to make recurring revenue?
It's supposedly was a passion project.
But those games
do you
don't
think
have
they're
recurring revenue.
disguised as passion projects? You know what I mean? Like they were really just games for recurring revenue when they were indies, like independent.
Because
what's the reoccurring revenue?
all the studios that they acquired was working on multiple. Ninja Theory had multiple projects going on while Bleeding Edge was
they were
being created.
making
Same as
Bleeding Edge to be like recurring revenue at that time when they were still in indie. Do you think that was possible? Because Bleeding Edge could be set up like that.
I see what you're saying.
If that was
I'm not talking about when
saying-
Microsoft acquired them, but like when they're doing it independently.
Well,
that's
that's
possible.
the case. They
Very
probably
possible.
would. I don't know. It depends on if it was set. If Bleeding Edge at one point was set up to be free to play.
Yeah, it probably was, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
And if Microsoft come in, they can say, "Well, we can substitute Game Pass."
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
But you also got to realize,
I see
man,
what
like
you're
Ninja
saying.
Theory had to shop that game to other, like publishers because they didn't have a publisher. I mean, like they could have put it out themselves, but they had to. They had to potentially shop that game. And I remember when like Double Fine got acquired by Microsoft, and that little video they had, Tim Schafer said one of the best things is we don't have to shop our games around anymore. You know what I'm saying? They could just, like they were Xbox. So
last year, Ninja Theory did I think one of them town halls they do every year around E3. And the owner of Ninja Theory, he kind of broke down like some of the struggles they've been through from like mortgaging their cribs to stay afloat. Not having the right computers and equipment, having struggle with paying insurance for each employees, just a whole lot of stuff we don't consider that go on behind the scenes that they was dealing with, that he said they don't have to worry about none of that no more than they on Microsoft.
Exactly. So but King Thrash said Bleeding Edge was shell. It probably was, you know what I'm saying? It probably was. Yeah, definitely, because Anyway, y'all, let's get to a couple more topics before we get into Do You Give a Shit? Well, actually, we can get into Do You Give a Shit right now. Let's go into Do You Give a Shit? Poster, we got a little part of the show. I asked him some questions, and I asked him, do you give a shit or not? So, Spider-Man joins PlayStation Now. Now, I'm going to say this. Do you guys give a shit? And is PlayStation Now officially just as good as Game Pass? Nethos.
I give a shit in the sense that this PlayStation Now announcement may lead to something else that people will give a shit about and have a meltdown over. But we'll wait till that happens. As for the Game Pass, I don't see it. I don't see it still on the level of Game Pass. I know people throw around, it has 800 games. Well, how many of the 800s is relevant? If you want to say Xbox Game Pass is dog shit, let's compare how relevant both sides are. You care about that, Ben 10?
Hey, we got a super chat. Hey, you got it, money?
Thank you. Yep. Thank you, None of Your Business, for the $5. By the way, I do enjoy all you guys. It's nice to hear you guys' opinions. Dirt, your content is dope. And I prefer PlayStation. Keep going, my Nick. My niggas.
Thank you, None of Your Business. I appreciate the $5, and I appreciate it, man. Like especially like your ponies, I got a lot of ponies that'll watch my shit, and I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. So Moss, what you think about, man? I think Spider-Man joining PS Now is pretty good, man. That's pretty good. So what do you think?
I can't fuck.
Do you give a shit?
I don't give a shit. Not until it gets out of 720p. I don't care.
Well, it'll be native on the console though. You can download it.
You can download it.
Oh, okay.
Stadia.
Don't matter to me. I was never a huge Spider-Man fan.
Okay. Tsunami, what you like? Do you give a shit?
All right. I don't know if you saved me for last, but I was going to say.
Yes,
I do give a shit because.
Well, I don't give a shit. I called that
wait,
a while ago.
Wait, hold on.
It's gonna be.
We just care. We just care if there's a nuclear meltdown. That's all we're waiting for.
About
is
something
the
else
nuclear meltdown.
That's all. It's coming.
Well, this is the reason. This is the reason why I care. This means it's one step closer to going to PC.
And we have another super chat.
Can you hear me?
Oh shit!
No. We
hear you. We got the super chat. Let's get the super chat.
We have Andrew Wilkins with the $10. Thank you for the $10, Andrew Wilkins. Why are all of you denying facts? In order for Xbox to compete with Sony, they have to bring the best of the best games. Game Pass fodder won't cut it. Last gen proved this. They got outsold after a year head start.
First of all, you must not have Game Pass. First of all, Just because
Thank you, Andrew
Microsoft
Wilkins.
games-
I appreciate it, brother.
Thank
Just
you for the
because
$10,
Microsoft
Andrew.
games- Just because Microsoft games aren't up to your par, they have tons of third-party games that are big, that are popular, that are massive, that are just thrown in there free like a fucking 2K. Like we were all playing 2K because it's on Game Pass. A lot of people didn't have 2K, they didn't buy it. They have so many other big games that are in the service that are great games. You don't have to judge Game Pass on if you like an Xbox game or not. No, there's way more than just Xbox games.
Yeah, the third party is what really kills it on that service.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, as far as the Spider-Man thing, like I said, as far as on the PlayStation, their games don't stay on PS Now. That's what's gonna make me not say it's on the same stage as a Game Pass, because no Xbox game leaves, but they rotate the PlayStation games in and out. And like I said, typically if it goes to PS Now, that's one step before it goes to PC. So
Yeah.
Can I add to that real quick?
Yeah.
I wonder, and Z brought this up because I didn't even realize the reason it might be rotating is because they're only at a limited capacity for like having games. So you can't have God of War and a bunch of people playing God of War and then put Spider-Man. You're gonna hit your capacity.
That's a good point.
That's why they're rotating.
That's
right
a good
now.
point. That's possible.
I didn't even think of that until Z brought it up.
Yeah.
Damn. King Thresh said, "What's the biggest third-party Game Pass?" Kingdom Hearts. I don't know. They got a lot in there, man. They got a lot of good
2K
third-party
is
games.
obviously the biggest. Big
2K and Kingdom Hearts 3. They got a bunch of shit in there. So post up. Do you give a shit about Spider-Man going to PS Now, brother? All right,
I
post
think
up.
you got to mute.
Oh, you got me. Oh, yeah, you got me. Oh, okay, that's cool. All right, so let's move to the next one then. Needles, I'm gonna ask you this first, my brother. Death Stranding gets a photo mode.
Don't give a shit. Don't give a shit about that game. Fuck that game.
Okay. I'm assuming the rest of the panel don't give a shit either, huh?
I'm surprised it didn't exist from day one.
Yeah, I don't think none of us give a shit about anything Death Stranding. I just put it on there just to, ask you guys. But Andrew Wilkins with the super chat.
Thank you, Andrew, for the $5. Game Pass games aren't up to anyone's standards. Tsunami, you naive fool. Shout out to King Thrash.
Damn. Well, you just said shout out to King
Thank
Thrash.
you, Wilkins, for the
$5.
$5.
Now I know what you is.
Right. Okay, so apparently Doom 64 runs at 1440p on the Xbox One S. This was according to Digital Foundry. Now, I'm curious as to how, but also, do you guys give a shit about Doom 64 running at 1440p on the Xbox One S?
Ain't that game like
That's
20
cool,
years
I guess.
old?
It is.
That's cool, I
It
guess,
is, but yeah, I mean, it's not really that impressive because it's an old ass game, but running at 1440p on the Xbox One S. Now, not on the Xbox One Fat. It doesn't run, it runs at 1080p on that, but the Xbox One S, it runs at 1440p. Is that impressive?
What I was saying on WBG is the reason why I can do that is.
I'm sorry, Tsunami. Z Black Rider, thank you for the $5 Canadian. Wilkins, the perfect example of a delusional fraud. No game's good enough unless you need Kleenex and a snuggle. Damn.
Damn. Sorry about
Thank
that.
You,
Thank you,
Z
Black Rider. Black Rider
talking about
Canadian.
I guess we're talking about PlayStation guys, single player games and shit.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Go ahead, Tsunami. I am so sorry.
I don't know what I was talking about no more. What happened?
We gotta let people finish before we say the super chat, but all right. Sorry about that.
Sorry, Tsunami.
It's true. What were we talking about?
The
1440p.
Yeah, the 1440p.
Xbox.
Yeah. WBG is the reason why they can even in the 1S is a 2.0 port, and they have features that didn't even exist yet, or as far as like being implemented, like a free sync and stuff like that, because of that 2.0 port. So that's when the HDMI 2.0 had the UHD player built in, so they can actually show 4K. So the 1S had that stuff built in already. So that's the reason why a smaller game like Doom can run at that higher frame rate and resolution, even higher than the one Fat, because they have that, extra built-in technology. So to me, the 1S is a bigger upgrade than, say a PS4 Slim, because they actually included new features and new hardware and new elements that the previous, version didn't have. So
yeah, and Postal is actually back, so he might.
yeah.
Hey, Pope.
Yes.
Doom 64 is running at 1440p on the Xbox One S. How the fuck is that possible? I know it's an old game, but how is that possible? Do you know?
Doom 64, is that the new one?
Not an old.
No.
That's the 20-year-old
It's the old, like the
one
old,
that
the
came
old.
on. It came out on Nintendo 64, I think.
Yeah, but I never seen any game, old or new, run at 1440p on the Xbox One S. So
not necessarily. Well, that's the X, not the S that I'm thinking about. That has the 1440p mode with 120 frames a second. But on the you got a lot more power there in terms of GPU wise in the CPU. I mean, the CPU ain't nothing to dance about.
He's talking about the Slim model, not the X.
Yeah,
the Slim model. I mean, it's a game that was. I mean, it was a game that was built for the 64, right?
Oh,
yeah.
That's just optimization, man.
Here's the thing. The fact they can do higher than 1080p was
that's what I'm surprised about, because the Xbox One Fat can only do 1080p. So yeah, I just thought that was
the S got a little bit more punch. They increased the frequencies on the GPU and the CPU a little bit on the S, and they did some other things too.
The HDMI 2.0.
Yeah.
And we have another super chat. Sorry, Posty.
No, you're good. You're good. Get to it.
Andrew Wilkins, thank you for the $5. X-Trash fans talk smack but won't hop on the sticks to play me or thrash in any games. Y'all not about this gaming life.
Ooh. Okay.
Is it crossplay? I'm not turning on that.
Thank you, Andrew, for the $5.
Appreciate it.
Real quick post. What you think about Spider-Man going to PS Now? Do you give a shit?
I don't give a shit. I called that a while ago. It's gonna be many more games to go there, and I think this is just Sony trying to see how their fan base is going to react in terms of the numbers. If you look at when God of War hit PS Now and how it went from 700,000 to like over 1 million people, then get ready for next generation to have first party games on a newer version of PS Now. Because right now it's only day. I'm saying day and date, because right now you can't put first party titles on there because the service is only able to cater to 5 million people. That's his limit, right? So you can't if you start putting the first party games on there now, day and date, the whole system going to be bombarded to a point where you can't maintain, that traffic. So they get with Microsoft, say, hey, we need help with these servers, and whop the bam. Once their infrastructure get established where they can maintain the traffic that Microsoft can with Xbox Live and Game Pass, then them games will be day and date. That's just my opinion.
Ooh, they don't like when you say that kind of shit, Post. They don't like it.
Super chats are coming.
But this one, I meant to make this one a regular topic, but I kind of forgot it. And this can still be a regular topic. So Sony is offering refunds for The Last of Us 2 and Iron Man VR. Now, we know that those games were delayed indefinitely. What do you guys think it means that they're offering refunds? Like, what does that mean? Does that mean this shit about to be PS5? What do you guys think refunds? Like, here, I know you pre-ordered it, but we don't know when this shit coming out. So, like, what does that mean? Like, Neth, like, what do you think that means? Like, they're offering refunds for it.
Well, I mean, I saw that like this has been done before, and they have to do it in certain regions or something weird like that. But I think it's happening in America, isn't it? And it's being taken off a PlayStation storefront.
Yeah.
It's already been pulled down from the storefront.
I don't know. This is the first time I personally heard about it happening with the game. It might have happened in the past, but I personally haven't heard about it. Though I don't think it necessarily means it's going to be a PlayStation 5 launch title. I think it's just going to be pushed back to, like, I would say September-ish.
Mhm.
It's going to be like probably a 2-3 month delay.
Oh. But
But
so,
it's
like,
interesting to do
Okay.
refunds.
Well, here's my question: Why did they not delay Ghost of Tsushima? And that's supposed to be coming out a month after.
I think that's coming. I think that
Well,
delay
they'll
might be
delay it
coming out
closer.
later.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they're
think they
closer.
might. They might
think within the
push
next
it
2 weeks.
closer.
yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think the games aren't done? And they just like hit by the coronavirus stuff, and they just can't
No,
polish it?
I mean, they can polish it. The game's about done. You can probably even do it from home and go gold. But the problem is, like, the retail isn't there right now. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, it's not.
Not just that, but the polishing part of it is key. Like when these
Yeah.
developers polish the games, they run it into a database that's like local or something like that and do their polishing and stuff like that. They talk about this a lot in Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. And I think Post Up he better knows how this works. So they can't they're not at home. They can't do this in-house. They're remote from home, so they can't polish the game so it can go gold. But that's where Stadia comes in. Because I want y'all to know that because Stadia's in the cloud, y'all all are getting your deliverables for Destiny 2 because they're updating them in Stadia. I digress. Thank you.
I knew that was coming, man. Look, certain studios are. When you've been in a position where you're used to creating games where all of y'all is in one place and y'all getting things done, you get accustomed to that. And when you go outside of that comfort zone, it becomes hard. The only studio that I know that is probably dealing with this better than any other studio is Moon Studio. Because
Right, because that's what they do anyway, right?
yeah, they're not a physical studio. They set up all around the world. But two things I've noticed with this is that it's indefinite, meaning no date or anything like that. So that means that they had to remove it from the store because there's no ETA.
Mhm.
You could have said a month or two. You still got sports agencies.
You could have said
now
a quarter.
Yeah, you still got people saying we're gonna do this in June or in September. But if it's pushed back indefinitely, I think you might as well just launch it with the PS5.
Yeah. Yep.
I personally think they're doing that because they know they don't have a big blockbuster game at launch, so they can push this back to combat, say Halo at launch.
And it will give them the time to do what it will give them the time to do what they need to do to get it up and running on the PS5 since the code is already there. So
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Plus there were reports talking about it can't run on the base PS4 or some shit like that.
Yeah, we did hear about that too.
Yeah. See, like, I guess like they were trying to say it's because of the physical copies, which, like we all know the PlayStation does have more of a physical fan base than the Xbox. Like Xbox is like maybe like more digital than physical, especially with Game Pass. So right now, like you said, Post, the retail isn't there. And if they can't sell those physical copies like they want to, they're not going to sacrifice half of their sales, because they can't do the physical copies. So I mean, this is crazy right now, man.
Here's the other part, though. How much does a physical game cost?
Well, in the States, $59.99.
Okay, how much does it cost in digital?
I don't think that's the issue.
Wait. Let me get to my point. Do they make more money on digital than physical, seeing as how they don't have to ship it and produce it and make it in the boxes and CDs?
Oh yeah, they definitely make more on.
Okay,
but I don't
would
think
they not
that's
make
the
that?
issue.
So would they not make that money back by selling it all digital?
I think the issue is they have all these collector's editions that's like $300 and $400. But some people are not going to double dip though.
But they can still get if somebody got it right and they still want to get the collector's edition, maybe Sony will say, okay, if you bought that, we'll give you a digital code to go with until your shipment comes.
You think they should? I don't think they want to do that.
I think people. And then too, you got the problem with the retailers. Man. If they do that, the retailers are saying, "Oh, when a physical comes out, we're not selling your shit because you're underscoring us." This is too many contracts and stuff.
Yeah, retailers didn't already spent their money. So if you get that game out to digital, and you're saying, "Hey, when we do get access to the content, we're going to have a harder time pushing it." Because majority of people are going to have it digitally. So I understand that.
Well, peep game. when Halo, not Halo.
Here we go.
No,
Go ahead.
not even Halo. Halo's too far out.
Sue, go ahead, Sue. Do your
I'm not
thing.
talking about Halo. I don't know. Listen.
Would you say B Sue?
when FIFA and Madden comes out this summer, we'll see what that stands.
But I do think on the flip side of that, right now we are we're in a situation where you have more people online gaming than ever before.
That's
I mean,
my point
Steam
also.
had 20 million people on its server on one day. I do think it's an opportunity to capitalize on that. But as Moss said, you have contracts and things in place that we probably don't even know about that they can't just void or just write off. You know what I'm saying? So it's understandable.
Yeah, it is understandable, but like you said, it indefinite means they're probably going to drop it at the PS5 launch, which is very good because I don't think Godfall is going to be that game that's going to blow people away, but The Last of Us 2 definitely will be that game that will blow people away. So I think that would be smart of them to release it there.
But here's the big question. Are they going to have like Xbox, the smart delivery, where you buy it over here and you can play it over there later? Like,
it's a good question.
Is it gonna be the same price? You got to rebuy it.
Come
again?
on
like,
now, Sue.
I'm just
That's a good question, brother.
Man, you about to reach and fall off the bed, brother. What are you doing?
Oh shit. Hey, that's a good question, man. So I don't know, brother. Well, anyway, I ain't got nothing else, y'all. We ain't really have
a Switch report.
Well,
we just gonna ignore Stadia. We just gonna ignore Stadia based religion.
Oh, we got a Stadia report.
Right after me,
Go ahead, buddy.
There's not much right now going on. We're in the same position as Nintendo. I mean, as Sony and because they were planning this whole thing for Mario's 35th anniversary this year, but right now
Said Mario only 35?
Yeah.
I'm older than him. Goddamn.
And they're up here planning stuff for that, but right now it's like everything in gaming is being put on hold right now because we don't know when things are getting back in.
And it can be some Manhattan ass.
And they're up here also, and like I said, there's a shortage of Switches. Some shocked you ain't like been beating in some legs of some Nintendo people because they throwing shade at Stadia. Switch right now, there's a shortage of Switches. It's being sold on the black market. I mean, on eBay and stuff for like $700.
Oh wow!
They're going anywhere from $550 to $700 because there's a shortage of Switches. There's not a shortage of Switch Lights, but there's a shortage of regular Switches.
Oh,
and we have a super chat. Thank you, the Almighty Spartan God, for the $1.99. If you crip, throw it up.
Hey, I get it though.
Yeah,
I get it though.
But so that's the thing. Right now, like I said, everybody's just waiting around. Everybody is waiting around to see what the hell's going on in gaming.
I do commend Stadia though, opening it up to the public, and then giving people 2 free months. I think that's a big thing for them right now because it allow other gamers to get access to it, and probably pull that summer Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony fan base by opening it up. So that's a W.
Yeah, that's a. I think bigger than that because we talked about this on the podcast earlier. A small section of people that already have consoles might really get into this because they have to double dip. That is unless Stadia drops the prices, which I think they should do. So people aren't double dipping for $60. But if they taste that 60 frames per second, their minds is going to be blown just like mine. But I think the bigger thing for Stadia is that there's a lot of people at home that maybe got out of games, don't have like a current console that this could cater to. Oh shit, I can just go online and play these 9 games for free. Oh, I like this shit. Let me buy another game. This might tap into that market because they really do want to start bringing casuals in. So I think it's a smart move on that front.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
Moss,
man.
I meant to ask you, how do you fucking
Mhm.
sign up for it? Like, I went to the site, they said buy. I'm like, I don't want to buy this
No,
shit.
see, here's what they did. They fucked up at first, but they fixed it. It sent you in an infinite loop. Buy, if you don't want to buy, learn how you can get it for free 2 months here, and then it sent you back to buy it again. It was an infinite loop. So what you do is there should be a link.
$1 trillion company.
Yeah,
Fucking up our marketing.
hey, look, man.
Hey, you'll get his ass.
Hey, look, man, I
$1 trillion
can't. Hey, look. Hey, look, you Tsunami. Really, you sound like me earlier. That's
I was
exactly
gonna come off the top rope with the X Crown, but I ain't gonna even do it like that, my brother.
Hey, look.
You in your groove right now. I'm gonna let you groove, player.
I reached out to them. I was a little bit nicer, but yeah. You sound like me earlier. But they fixed it. Now you can actually go in and make your profile and everything, and get a games to try, man. It's good stuff.
Good shit. All right, man. So I guess we about done, man. I ain't got nothing else. Y'all got something else?
Oh, were you going to announce anything else for Stadia, Moss?
Yeah, Moss.
No.
You ain't got nothing for Stadium Mouse?
No, that was it.
Any games?
I mean, look, I normally I would have, but y'all gotta understand. I've been online for 6 hours talking about Stadia.
My man like that?
I'm tired. Oh
damn, man.
We're the games.
I feel you, bro.
It's about the games, boss.
I appreciate you.
Talk about the Stadia initiative.
Oh yeah, let's hear about that.
Oh, here we go.
When is it? Where is it? Where can I tune in?
Stadia Initiative is every other Friday. The next episode is on the 17th. If y'all missed episode 0, go to Club Stadia. Big ups to him, my man. He's about to eclipse 3,000 viewers, or 3,000 subs. So definitely check him out. And yeah, man, it's good stuff. We kind of had a mini Stadia Initiative on my man Chase's channel. So definitely check it out. Chariot Man Gaming in the house. He said MM2K going in on Stadia for the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I talked 6 hours about this today. This is my 3rd podcast. So just some good stuff. With them dropping base though, games were coming around the corner. And so I want to close out with this. This is a good time for gaming, y'all. I know I've been kicking in Xbox's ribs, but potentially there's some good news coming on Monday, right? Post up some banger shit coming on Monday.
It's some more stuff coming down the line too. A lot earlier than what people will expect.
Our insiders tell us.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be. We got Amazon coming out of the woodwork. We got PlayStation showing controllers. I mean,
hey, Moss, you did tell them. So when they need us, we will fight the battle for them.
hey, Moss.
Yeah.
Hey, Moss. Not that we're here live. Do you have something that you want to tell Neff?
No, tell Neff about what?
Okay, because you was talking all that shit about he exposed you to your white homies in Stadia, and they almost kicked you out the community.
No, hey, look, the Stadia community ain't playing, man.
Like that was Sean, wasn't it?
It was Neff first.
Yeah, it was Sean. Sean went crazy. Sean was capping and was looking for some.
You told us they blocked Neff.
No, they did block Neff. They blocked Neff.
Hey, so everybody blocking Neff. Like,
everybody is Jason Schreier.
Didn't like Jason Schreier.
Neff be treating himself in trouble, man.
I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, you must have said something in the thread or something.
Hey, they know Neff keep all receipts.
No, they said, who is this after?
We don't want no smoke.
They said, you know me? Mark said, nah, I don't know him. It's like, yeah, you do. He's like, oh yeah, it's my little bro Neff. Yeah, I don't know.
You know, Sean, but like, you motherfucker.
Yeah,
you biscuit little motherfucker.
Oh man, that got people out here ducking them, man.
Hell yeah. Sean out here capping and cooning, looking for points. I'm gonna make this video. I said, "Oh, here we go."
Hey man, Neff have so many fucking receipts. Like he'll be posting while you say, "Dirt here, man. I just send it to you in the DM. You post it." He just has so many receipts, man. He don't want to post them all. He was like, "Shit."
Yeah, buddy, I got a couple from him too.
Yeah, Neff the man. Yeah, but he blocked Neff though. I don't know why Jason Schreier blocked you, brother.
Yo, Neff was like, I didn't even say nothing to all my
And do you know how annoying it is to switch to a sock account every time? Now, like, God damn it.
Hey, man, you know, man, because he be having some good information sometime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's one you want to follow. Yeah, that's good shit.
Hey, fun fact. I looked up what fuck sock account meant. It's a fucking sock puppet account. That's where it came from. Look it up on your own. It's too hard to explain, but that's why it's called a sock account.
I don't look up shit you suggest because some of the shit you be talking about is spooky.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
A sock account is when someone creates a fake account.
Sue, fall back, Sue. Just stop talking.
Whoop, hey, it was a whoop. I can't see it like Moss.
Okay, so now I know who be breaking your legs in.
Whoop his ass.
Yeah, he be breaking his legs, yeah, man.
Hey, yo. She, god damn. Okay.
Yeah. So we about to get out of here, Moss. So you gave about the information about all your Stadia related products and shit.
Please check my channels. Please listen to my demo. Just listen to my demo. That's all.
Stadia shower and bar soap coming soon.
Now, you haven't done a video in a while, brother. What's going on?
You see?
Hey, man, I've been secretly streaming when they're fucking arguing shit.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
The Last of Us debate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I watched the
Things
video.
low.
It's funny shit, man. Funny.
Hey, also, I did the Broadband Bully's reaction to Predator. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny too. That was funny shit.
Now that video was fucking hilarious.
I mean, oh my god, look at the graphics. What do you have me playing?
Yeah, that's funny.
I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, this game's so great." Then they started playing. Damn, I take the
Isn't
L.
that
Yeah,
bad?
I had the pre-game capping on there. I took an L2.
It was
I
crazy.
took an L2.
It was crazy. Folks was like, I'd rather play Bleeding Edge. I said, God damn.
Is it? It's not bad.
Damn.
It's not bad.
Oh, it was bad on the PS4. It's not that bad on PC. Like, you play the PC version, like, this game's okay. Play the PS4 version.
Damn.
My God, do I talk about
Holding
dog
games back.
shit.
The whole game's back. God damn.
Snow Buddy, so what you got going on with you?
Right now I've just been playing Animal Crossing. I got a couple ideas that I want to
It's
run
the
by
whole
from my
show.
channel. Huh?
I see you play that shit the whole show faithfully.
Yes. Yes, faithfully. I be in this shit for like hours on end. And then my friend, one of my closest friends, actually we reconnected because I used to play with her on New Leaf, but Nintendo got rid of the app where we could message each other, let us know when we were in games. So I hadn't talked to her in like 6-7 years. And we actually reconnected, so we've been playing Animal Crossing and stuff together.
Okay.
Catching up on life and things like that.
Good shit, good shit.
Good.
All right.
Yes.
I know, like, this nigga Tsunami ain't got no channel, so I know you probably gonna be on these shit. Talking shit.
Tsunami, has your computer flooded yet? Because I know you were doing that water cooling shit.
Oh shit! Bro, you got problems, bro. You got problems.
I didn't even do nothing today.
No, I was just asking because I was wondering about that water cooling shit because I never wanted a computer with water cooling in it. And this was your first PC build? So I'm trying to find out.
I'm great. That's the difference.
Awesome.
I can do this.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of the parts and stuff nowadays, you know, is a lot better, you know, compared to back in the 90s when you trying to build yours when you was
I never tried to build a computer. I'm too stupid for it. I freely admit I'm too stupid to build a computer. I never built a computer. Didn't want to try to build a computer. Nope. I'll just buy that bitch already built.
Snooker Sue say I built a computer, so I'm a genius now.
No, it's the opposite, folks. I'm a genius, so I built a computer.
Yeah. And Posty, I don't know if you listen to all the shows, but some of the shit Tsunami be talking about is kind of spooky. So I'm wondering about that.
I'll be trying to tap my man.
Nah, she's talking about other shit. She not talking about gaming shit. We talking about other shit.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. And she
I mean, like Like he was the one who was on air telling us about the VR porn and shit. So I don't know what the hell he up here talking about.
That's for the Patreon, but listen,
Tell it all.
listen. Yeah, but here's the thing. I learned this from Noah and D. They the ones that told me about it. So I said, "Oh, okay." I checked it out.
Oh, so you gonna throw your other man in there?
You got certified snitch out the shit.
Hey man,
damn.
I had show dirt. It's on people public records out there, man.
This motherfucker was straight certified snitch out this bitch. God damn.
Anybody can get it. Mexicans, Americans.
Only me though.
It wasn't only me though.
Canadians.
Y'all crazy, man.
I love you to pieces, okay? But like I said, literally, I've always been too damn scared of that water cooler shit. Because knowing my damn luck, my shit will flood the fuck out.
It costs too much like to be worth it, honestly. Just unless you like just the prettiness of it, it's not really worth it.
I mean, I never had water cooling and my shit was beautiful. I never had water cooling. I had lights and shit all in my shit.
Yeah, like it's for extra frames and shit. Plus, it's like when you fucking want to build a car from scratch, or you like to build model airplanes. It's more so a hobby.
Just a minute, you got D-batched. You got D-batched. That's all.
D-batch not helping with none of my bills. I did not.
You wouldn't have got all the RGB cables.
If that was true, I would fucking have a Radeon in my bitch.
You would have got all that stuff.
RGB cables.
You would have got all that stuff. Built that system only to still be capping for Xbox. Come on.
Hey, listen. No, got D-batch. First of all, I don't get my news from D-batch. You better stop that.
I don't think I've ever talked
No, it's my tech.
You know we get it from RDX, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Either way, none of my news came from that direction.
Oh man, y'all crazy as hell, man. All right, Paul. You ain't got to. I mean, I know you got a channel, but you don't really be doing nothing with it.
Oh, my channel gonna get revived soon. They asking for me, so I got to give it to them. They asking for it, so I got to give it to them. But I've been playing Ninja Gaiden 2 lately, which has been frustrating.
You've been playing Ninja Gaiden 2 for fucking 6 months.
Man, no, I haven't. I just started Ninja Gaiden 2, and I'm finished off my career on 2K tonight.
Oh yeah, that shit was fun last night. Yeah,
man, we played last night with the 5-on-5. Yeah, I gotta step my game up.
Yeah, it was busting your ass, Post.
I came in first game. Put up. Hold on.
Tell the crowd what all-star you picked.
Who we picked?
He went mute real quick.
Oh shit!
Hold on. Yeah. The first game we ever playing, I put up 5 steals, 1 block, 1 turnover. I think 12 points and a couple of assists. And that was my first time ever playing.
That was because you was on my team, but cool, yeah.
Nah, I wasn't on your team.
Yes, you was.
On the other team.
No, it was me, you, and D.
Hold on, what you do the first game, Sue?
You remember I got whooped?
No.
Yeah,
What you do the first game, Sue?
Nigga, I had 12, 20,
you lied.
10, 5.
You lied.
You lied, man.
This brother is lying. Now,
did I not have Wilt Chamberlain?
I did have a game where the time ran out and this bogus player, the slowest player on the court, I couldn't even keep up with nobody.
Who'd you pick?
Was terrible.
What's his name?
It was terrible. What was his name? I forgot. It was terrible. He moved so slow, I couldn't even keep up.
The next game, he picked 42-year-old Vince Carter.
No. That was the same
Carter. Not the Orlando Magic Vince Carter. He picked the 42. That was the Atlanta Hawks Vince Carter.
That was the same game, Sue. I tried to switch my player to a better player, and it went to Vince Carter. But what's crazy about it was everybody knew I had the wackest player on the court, so when nobody passed me the ball, I was just running up and down the court for no reason.
Yeah, I had Shaq, I had KG, I had Wilt. Listen, I was doing some things. All my ratings was great. It was A+, A-, and an A+, and an A.
Mr.
Hey, man,
Manhattan said
that right
he
there, that
carries the
experience
flag.
you guys are talking about, that's when gaming stats best.
Mr. Manhattan is a gunner.
Yes.
He don't care about passing no ball.
He'll
He
pass.
Yeah, he
on
was.
3-4. He that dude when you play on the playground who keep gunning and you
He
get
thought-
mad at him,
he thought he
and
was
he
Allen
still
Iverson.
keeps shooting them out.
He thought he was Allen Iverson out here.
That's
Yeah.
hey, the next time you do that shit, man, I want to see what's up, man, because I'll be down with that. That sounds fun. That
How
sounds
much
fun.
is that?
Yo, man, you gotta jump on dirt. It is fun.
How much did I lose by that game? 40? Something like that?
Yeah, it was like 70. No, it was about 70 something to 40 something.
Damn,
No, I'm
somebody
talking about the
get
game
their
that was
ass
90 something. It was 90
Yeah.
something to like 60 something, 50 something like that. But Manhattan didn't care. He said, I got my 30 something points. I'm good.
So he like Melo, he's gonna score 30 to talk about winning.
Yeah.
Yo, him and Noah was like, I don't know about y'all, but you know, I put up 41.
Noah
so
too. At least Noah dropped 41 though. Noah was holding
Well,
it
I'll
down.
be
The way
looking
it's
up next
running.
time y'all play and shit. Next time y'all play, I'm trying
Probably
to
tonight.
yeah, it's fun though, Dirk. It's real
So what time
fun.
y'all doing it?
I'm trying to see if they're gonna do it tonight.
Yeah,
Shit,
it's
I'll look
about
out
around
for
that
y'all
time.
on Xbox Live because I might have. Yeah, all right, y'all. We're about to get out of here. Thanks for my man Poster for coming. Appreciate it, brother. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get you
No
on the
problem,
podcast.
man. Thanks for having me.
We got this Xbox podcast on Mondays. I'd love for you to come on one of these
We
days.
tried to
brother.
hit you every time he had.
Yeah, reach out to me, bro. Reach out to me. I'll
Oh.
definitely come on.
For sure, you know.
He is not essential talking about he at
That's
work.
Xbox Fanboy podcast, so I would love to have you on there, brother.
Oh yeah, you know we gonna do our thing. Man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I got a couple people ask me, hey, when you getting post up on? I was like, shit, I gotta talk to him. So for sure, man. But we're about to get out of here, y'all. Thanks for the people that tuned in. Mr. Righteous Fist, Rain G4, Mr. Manhattan, Heath Stevens, stayed the whole show. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, even though you're a fucking pony.
Somebody called Devin. Make sure,
I don't know what the fuck.
make sure he alive.
I don't know what the fuck.
Make sure he live. Yeah,
No, I'm saying
Devin
Devin,
usually show
they
up,
didn't
though.
reply to shit.
Devin usually show up or say something. Duke Togo, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate everybody that showed up. Mark Woodland stayed the whole show. Xbox 448 showed up a little late. I appreciate it, y'all. But we out of this bitch. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.
Peace.